believe since we've got a moratorium on the balloons and flags, I think you could go ahead and change that without having to go back to the plan. If you start adding much more beyond that, I think you're getting closer to the edge of the line, and send it back to planning.
Obviously, we need to wrap this up. How many years have we been on it?
A couple of years before I got here, and it seems like it's been a lifetime for me. All right, so what we'll do is, next meeting, we'll have a resolution to extend the moratorium. The workshop will be for y'all to talk meat of issues, and we'll see. If you've got issues that you'd like to make sure we're prepared for, send me a note or give me a call. Better give Melissa a call, like to get something done if you do that. And we'll try and have a list of things we know we need to talk about. We'll do some research, like she's talking about with looking at setbacks on the displays. And then from there, we'll go. We'll invite the public to attend the workshop and speak, or attend and just watch.
You invite the balloon and flag boys too, right?
I would say they need to be able to speak.
Okay.
Is that okay?
So I think there should be lots of speak. What do you think?
When do you leave?
We meet the second Tuesday, so we would meet next Tuesday, and then we would meet the Tuesday between their August meeting.
Melissa just suggested that if you wanted to have your input meeting be with the planning commission, that the second Tuesday would be an opportunity to allow that to take place at a regular scheduled meeting, and not try and get your workshop completely out of whack. So that would be, if it's in August, it'd be August 9.
And we could put it on as soon as next Tuesday if they wanted to do that.
You're saying for council to attend the planning commission and have it take place there?
Yeah.
I think that'd speed things up.
That would keep you from having to schedule another
Good.
call meeting.
Sounds like one.
But then we would still have our workshop on the 19th.
19th.
And they could still come on the 19th.
They can come and listen, but I think you'll get more done if you're just working among yourselves on the 19th.
But I don't think we'll have their input if we don't let them talk.
I think we should have their input before we go to planning commission, truthfully.
Okay?
Well, you could schedule their input at this planning commission's meeting on the 12th. We could run an advertisement in the paper, notify those that we want, that we know of that needs to be there for the 12th. Let them have a discussion, and then you all have your work session on the 19th. And so that would give you,
Have the planning commission meeting in here, is that correct? That's what.
yeah.
Yes.
That'd be it. And then
So that'd be-
invite public comment during the planning commission meeting.
Yeah, we would have our regular scheduled planning commission meeting with a public comment period afterwards with you all and the planning commission. That way, if anything has to go back to the planning commission, they're already aware of what's going on.
Okay, so then the planning commission would be formulating what comes to council as they did before.
Not necessarily. You all would go ahead and have it scheduled for your work session. They would just be part of that special input section. So they would be getting the same input that you all are.
And they can give you input based on what work they did as well. Might be good to hear from them, what they thought. Why they recommended what they recommended.
So in other words, the individuals that are interested need to attend both the 12th, which would be the planning commission next Tuesday. And then they need to come back on the 19th and attend council work session and also have an input opportunity at that time as well.
Do you want to have input at both, or do you think you can get it done on the 12th and make some decisions on the 19th?
Council's not in charge of the meeting on the 12th. Planning commission is.
Well, it would be a special thing after the planning commission, so you all could be in charge of it if that was your decision. To do that, it just wouldn't be a city council meeting, it would just be a public information session after the planning commission meeting.
If it's not part of the regular planning commission agenda, it comes within different guidelines, just like we.
Yeah, no, they would close their agenda, they would run their normal meeting and then have this public input section.
All right, let's see, so we are going to attend the planning session meeting as a council. And you're gonna make a presentation to us on what?
Okay.
My understanding was it was just input.
On the 12th, it's, planning commission will do the regular agenda. How much agenda do you have?
It's short, so.
So
15
4:30?
minutes, yeah, 4:30.
4:30, we'll open a public input meeting on signs in general. Come speak your mind about signs. You like them, you don't like them, they all ought to be blue. Joint meeting of council and the planning commission on the 12th, 1 week from today, 4:30. Following that, we'll have a work session for council following your next meeting on the 19th. Now, you can decide, based on what you hear on the 12th, whether there's enough public input, if you want to do it again, or if y'all just want to make some decisions to draft changes to an ordinance that we consider the first meeting in August.
I really think that if we have a public hearing on it, we only need one. I don't believe we need two. I believe we can get enough input that we'll know exactly which way it needs to go from one meeting. So I don't see the point of more than one. I think it'd just be a repetition of what we were going to do on the first one. And then make a decision based on that hearing after the planning session. What do you feel?
I agree with that, that works.
And it works with the difference in the way the meeting is going to be structured. It's a separate hearing where basically staff is in charge of the meeting, correct? Is that correct, Tony, or you're in charge of that?
Melissa's in charge of the meeting.
Melissa's in charge.
Which meeting are you in charge of again? That's the joint input
Yeah.
meeting?
Right.
Okay, and the way I see that structured, and correct me if I'm wrong, is it will be just an opportunity for any citizen, any business owner to come up and tell you what their issues are, for us to answer questions on things they may not understand, because we've talked about this before, there's a lot of confusion out there on what our sign ordinance says and what it doesn't. And so it'll be a time for us to answer the questions to them about what it does and what it doesn't do, as well as to hear their input.
And specifically addressing what the moratorium is on, the balloons, the flags, and,
Balloons and flags.
okay, there.
We definitely will have that on.
As long as, that was a more open type actual public hearing. Can everybody attend on that Tuesday?
That's 12.
12, 1 week from today,
What
4:30.
time?
4:30. Well, you'll be there already for the planning commission.
Yes. I didn't have it on my agenda, I guess I do now. Didn't have that, sorry.
All right, is that acceptable? If you have other issues besides balloons and flags and electronic sign timing, setback, let me know and we'll make sure we're prepared to discuss those issues.
Honey, may I back up just a minute? So what then will come to council out of that is just notations, notes of what was brought forth, and so it's council that's coming up with the changes, or the planning?
On the 19th, I believe, unless you hear just a wholesale throw the ordinance out on the 12th, and you're going to do minor tweaks, then on the 19th, council will sit down with those notes and make your adjustments to the ordinance.
Okay.
And then we'll draft it in ordinance form and consider it for a vote the first meeting in August.
Because, and the reason I asked that is because before it came to us as we were supposed to accept it.
Yeah, well, and if you decide you want to dramatically change the ordinance, it is part of the zoning ordinance, you would need to get the advice of planning commission. If you're
But
doing-
Bob and the mayor can carry your all's comments back to the planning commission and say, this is what council would like to see done. And then let planning commission send you back a recommendation on what you all would prefer to have done.
And then we can either accept it or
Yeah.
not accept it. and
Yeah.
make any-
Or, and then pieces of it.
I think it's a good plan.
Is that the plan? All right, that's all I had unless you had something else.
Fine. We're finished?
Done? We'll just start.